today's video is a little educational. I'm going to be talking about gender, and I told you I would get to this eventually. Today I like gender diversity. I like that we're all different, no two people are the same, and that includes gender identity. So, for starters, I'm going to explain what the genderbread person is. And yes, you heard me correctly, the genderbread person. This amazing diagram, I suppose, that this person created, and basically shows gender identity and orientation and stuff like that. And well, it's better if you just look at it. So, gender is all in your head. It's just all in your head. Nobody knows what your real gender is besides you. Your heart is where your orientation and attraction or no attraction to other people comes from. And your biological sex, which most people still confuse to be the same as gender, is what you are assigned at birth. And to put it mildly, what's in your pants doesn't really matter, and is nobody's business but yours. So I have a diagram of my genderbread person that I had to do, and yeah, so I'll show you this. So, my identity, I put trans boy. Now those are supposed to be owl ears, but I put them backwards. Orientation in my heart, attracted to men. And my biological sex, I am indifferent. Now, I am indifferent about that because at this point in my life, I am not in favor of it. I'm also not against it. So I'm just indifferent. Now, transgender is an umbrella term that hosts subcategories. I talked a little bit about this in my coming out video. The ones I choose are bigender, genderqueer, gender neutral, and gender fluid. I feel like those represent me the best. Because my gender is sort of a mix of both, boy and girl. I think right now, the male side of me is more dominant. Maybe because I'm setting it free right now. It kind of wants to feel the most out of it. And then it's totally cool with me. Gender and orientation do not go hand in hand. There are many different pairings between the two. So just because a person is transgender doesn't mean that they are bisexual or gay, which I think people can confuse a little bit. But once you get educated, you know, you figure out so many things, and it's totally fine. So being transgender basically means that you don't fit the norms of society, what everybody has come to see as normal. A transgender person's biological sex doesn't match or completely match with their gender. So a person born biologically male could identify as a girl in their head. So when the world sees them, they see a boy, but that person feels like a girl on the inside, so that person is a girl. Like I said, whatever sex you were assigned to at birth, it doesn't matter. You feel what you feel in your head, and you know what's right in your head. Now, a cisgender person is one whose biological sex does match with their gender. So, yeah, like male with male or female with female, gender matches biological sex. And also, cisgender has nothing to do with orientation either. For example, a cisgendered man can be gay, and a transgender woman, let's say male to female, can be straight. It's a little confusing, but after time you sort of get used to it. So for the transgender woman, male to female, this person would have been born biologically male, but feels female in her head. So that person is straight because they are a girl who is attracted to boys, even though from the outside it looks like a boy attracted to boys. So transgender is not the same as transsexual. Transgender meaning a cross or a mix between two genders, or maybe even no gender at all. And transsexual meaning a person who feels completely the opposite gender than the sex they were assigned at birth. Now, this person may transition to their natural gender through hormones and reassignment surgery. It's really important to always respect the wishes of a person when it comes to gender, and that includes pronoun usage. Just because a person appears to be a guy on the outside doesn't mean that that person feels like one on the inside. So if that person makes it known to call him she, then she will be. For me personally, I've been called she and her my entire life, so I'm pretty used to it. But I do like being called he and him when it happens unexpectedly. It's pretty exciting. So both of them feel pretty comfortable. I guess it really matters how I'm dressed for the day. If I obviously am trying to look like a guy, use he. If I'm wearing a dress or something, which rarely happens, but it could, call me she. I think the gender-neutral name is going to make a big difference in the way that I feel about myself. It's going to be great to be so fluid and go back and forth with different genders, but still be able to keep one name, and it'll confuse people a whole lot less. Yeah, so I hope this was some good information for some people. Maybe you're trying to figure it out on your own, or maybe you're a parent who maybe thinks you might have a transgender child. There's lots and lots and lots of more information you can find everywhere. And I recommend researching the genderbread person because it's really quite awesome. Yeah, so I guess that is all. I also wanted to say that it has been exactly 1 month since I put my coming out video on YouTube and on Facebook and let everybody into my world. And I want to say that even though the road has been quite bumpy and unexpected and really unsure at times, I have not had one person say something bad about me to my face, or maybe they just kept it all in their head. But that's really great that everyone has been so supportive. Um, I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't think I could have anticipated how great it all has been. So, thank you to everyone for making this coming out just so easy. Anybody has any questions, any comments or anything, if you're confused about something, send me a message. Anywhere, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Yeah, I will answer your questions as best as I can. And I really like the interaction. I mean, I'm not a scary person, so please, like, ask away. I think that's all for today. So, thank you for letting me give this educational video.